get your brushes, go get your paint. This is how you do it, the Shoshi way. I'm gonna teach you, be ready to learn. Cause when I'm done, it's your turn. Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshi can enter my world, watch your clothes. And when I'm through, oh, why not have it go? Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshi can enter my world, watch your clothes. And when I'm through, oh, why not have it go? Oh, we paint miniatures. We paint miniatures. We paint miniatures. Turn on, tune in, hear all I say. Watch it real closely, enjoy your stay. You'll see me painting from up above. And if you like it, give it mad love. Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshi can enter my world, watch your clothes. And when I'm through, oh, why not have it go? Take your time, steady and you can do it right. Shoshi can enter my world, watch your clothes. And when I'm through, oh, why not have it go? We paint miniatures. 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 We paint miniatures.
And we're live, and it's Shoshi from Shoshi's Minis. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in on Wednesday night, and it's the day after Christmas, right?
Yep.
Hold on, I can hear myself. Is that from my computer, I think, or?
That's from mine.
Oh, okay. Anyway, oh my gosh, Silvernail just subscribed? No, wait, Protomaker. Oh, that's so sweet. Protomaker just gifted a sub to Silvernail. You get all our emotes, yay. That's awesome. So, yeah, that's awesome. Thank you. That was really nice of you.
No problem.
Yes. Today is a special day because those of you guys who know, I have had the Karol Rudyk bust on my painting desk for a long time. We did a group order last year and I was gonna do a paint along with it, and just different things happened. Didn't get to it, and then the last part of the year, lots of things happened where I couldn't get to it. So I'm finally like, I always try to do what I say I'm gonna do and say what I'm gonna do. Say what I'm gonna do and do what I'm saying I'm gonna do. So today, even though I didn't announce like a special date or anything, I'm just gonna start this. I had a lot of anxiety. You had Princess Bust? Yes. Oh, let's show her. Hold on one second, I'll show her. Here she is. This is the Vampire Princess Bust by Karol Rudyk. He is a Polish sculptor and miniature painter. He's fantastic. He's a friend of mine. And we have done the coloring from, this is the concept art. So it's a little different than the box art. Concept art is much more simplistic, and I thought it would actually be a great color scheme to try to teach you guys. So we had this bust. Yes, welcome 30 Studio. I'm ready to welcome everybody in the chat. Silver Nail is here. Don't worry, this is going to be pretty easy because I've already have the video up for the priming. We already have the video up on YouTube for the priming. So what this is meant to be is a paint along series. So you may not be able to paint along with me on Twitch, but you can definitely paint along on YouTube when I finish it. So I'm not a video producer. I don't make videos because, yeah, I don't edit or anything like that. So the only way for me to do a paint along on YouTube was to do it on Twitch. So, but we have the priming video already uploaded. So that's the most important thing for this bust, because look, a lot of our lights are already established. When we hit it with some glazes, you can see already how pretty simple that is. And I'm going to show all the techniques that I use. The hardest part is probably the face, which we're probably going to do first, and the eyes, maybe. But yeah. So where do you get this model? That is a great question. Here, I will send you the link. Actually, I think !paint, I've got it set up. There we go. There is the link to the bust. If it comes from Poland, tell him that Shoshi sent you. It comes from Poland. Tell him Shoshi sent you. I don't know if he'll still honor a discount from me or not, but we did get one before. So, but anyway, he's very excited that we're painting this. And I'm not getting anything from this. I'm just a friend of Karol's, and I love his work, and I want to help him. I think he's got another baby coming. I'm not sure, but he's got a son. He's got a son already. Hey, Chris Paints Middies, how's it going? So yes, oh, I cannot tell you how much anxiety I've had over this bust. It's been crazy. But so let me show and tell here. You can see the wings. I don't know if you can see this, but things are not perfectly blended. And that's okay, because from a distance, your eye blends it pretty well. And if you want to work on it and get it super smooth, you can. I'm doing this to the level, I'm doing this to a level. Aw, thank you so much, Jared. Thank you for those bits. Is it still charity? Awesome, it's still going to the direct relief. So if anybody else wants to cheer and do #charity, that Twitch will match your donation, and that matching will go to direct relief. I forgot to paint the back of her shoulder pads, but they should look the same as the front. But either way, whew, I'm just so glad to have this done. I had to paint this myself so that I could teach myself how to paint it so that I could do the paint along. And here's the thing, we're gonna be giving away this girl. We're gonna be giving away this girl once she's painted, and I have a third one. I don't know where it is right now, but I have a third one that is unassembled, unpainted, and I will be giving away the third one as well at different times during this series. So it's definitely, even if you don't do the paint along, watch, because we're going to be doing this with points. So you got to do exclamation point points to find out how many points they have. Is that right?
Yep.
Exclamation point points to find out how many points you have. We're going to be doing points giveaways for all of these. And all you have to do is be a follower and have points, right? Because we're going to be selling tickets with the points. We're not selling them, but basically using points. Good, you ordered airbrush. The only thing you need an airbrush for is priming, and you don't even specifically need it for that. Thank you so much, Agent Deadpan. We have our first subscription of the day, other than Silvernail. That's so awesome. Speaking of that, I'm going to write both of your names down here. Subscribers, so important and really helps our channel. So we have Silvernail and just now Agent Deadpan. Agent Deadpan for 11 months in a row. You're going on a year. At tier 3, that's just fantastic. Deadpan. There we go. Thank you so much. Here's my little spiral so I can see where the middle of the screen is. There we go. Oh, we need to give the bot a subscription, Mike.
Sure.
That way you can use my emotes. Yeah, the bot is confused. Once the bot gets subscribed, then it will be all set to do stuff. All right, I'm gonna roll up my sleeves, and
Is that like shirt and glasses off? Is that the new one?
no, it's just for this. Okay,
Thanks for the sub, Shoshi Bot.
thank you, Shoshi bot. Okay, so I want to point out that we've got everything all mounted on dowels, and I demonstrated that in the building stream. There's also, so in all my announcements on Twitch, we had links to there's a PDF, which I'm going to be adding things to. Copy, here's the PDF for you guys if you want the list of supplies. There we go. And I have a list for the series, which, hold on one second, I'll get you guys that. YouTube videos. Okay. Give me 1 second and I will get you the list of the series. My channel. I like how YouTube will give you playlists. There we go, playlists. There we go. So there's 2 videos in the playlist so far, the building and prepping, and then the priming. And this will be the first of the painting. I'm super excited. Hey, Ashcan Lane, how are you? Here is the series, the beginning of the series. Okay. Are we ready? Let's get ready. All right.
Let's do it.
So, okay, so let's take a look. And you can actually go to Karol Rudyk's website and print this out yourself. It's very helpful because it's painted. I'm going to paint this like it's a painting in 3D, and I'm going to use a lot of the same very obvious brush strokes that are in it. So that's why this is going to be a little easier than, you know, a regular smooth mini, is because you don't have to have smooth, you know, using this. All right, so let's go ahead and do the face first, because that is probably the most important part. I want to take a look. She's got eye makeup. She's got skin. Now let's take a look at our prepped mini. Mike, can you move that so I can see what I'm doing? Okay, so there are not a lot of shadows set, but there's some under her eyes and there's some under her chin, and that's already set from zenithal priming. And that's why that priming is so important. All right, I'm gonna get out a brush. I've got Spellcrow brushes. This is a 1, and it's probably a good size. It's small enough that I can get some details in, and big enough that I don't have to worry about stuff drying out on my brush. All right, so I've got my painting supply list, my paints. I don't have that many colors, which is exactly what I wanted, because there are not a lot of colors in her to begin with. She just doesn't have, not in this color scheme. So we have scale color white. Ah, Furian, thank you so much for the follow. Welcome, Free5. I hope that you are tuning in for the paint along. We are first gonna go ahead and base. So we're not exactly base coating. We're gonna be doing a lot of layering with glazes. A lot of glazes with this bust. So I got white on my palette. This is scale color white. I'm looking at my model, and I might, let me see if I used any gray. I did use gray. So now I need to go check to see what colors. I wrote down everything. Looks like I just used black leather. I could have swore there's a little bit of black in this. Maybe just black leather. All right. Black leather is scale color 32, and it's actually not a black. It's like a dark purpley gray color. Here's the swatch. You can see that it is a dark, and it will be the primary dark color that is not black for this. I forgot to add black, so I'm going to add that right now to my list. 02, I think, or 00. Flat black is 00. That's nice that I can add this to the spreadsheet in real time. Okay. For now, I'm not going to use any black. I don't need it just yet. Let me get the mixing part out here. Here we go. And I also have these dilution strips that I got from Matt Sexwish and Ben Kometz. So hopefully I'll be able to show you exactly how thin to make the paint. All right. This is straight paint. It's very creamy. See how purple that is? Oh, you can't see how purple it is. See how purple that is? I think I will get out a little black, just a little bit, to have it on my palette if I need it. Not a lot. Dot, dot, dot. Hey, Shaklagor Bloodbeard. Is that right? Did I say that right? I love that name. All right. Making my little mix here of a little bit of gray, a little bit of black leather. See how I made that into a glaze right away? It's thin. And then you can see, let's see, I'm hoping, yeah, it's about a medium. You can see through it somewhat. You guys see that? And then, yeah, you can still see the little hourglass kind of starting to disappear. It's probably between a heavy and a medium, mid color. So there's like base, heavy, medium, light, layer, heavy, medium, light, glaze. So I would call it a heavy glaze then. I'm right. Awesome. Shaklagor Bloodbeard. That's a great name. All right, a little bit more black in that. And now a little white. That's my gray. Okay. And I'm just gonna start in. I'm gonna paint in those shadows over in a glaze over the shadows that are already there with the zenithal. So right under the chin. And anytime I need to make it lighter, I'm gonna thin it out with water. Okay. When I need to make it darker, I'll dry my brush off, and then I'll go get more paint. Gonna make her whole eye socket nice and dark, because I can always make things lighter, but I'd prefer to just start and build it up slow. Okay. She's got some armor on her head, and I'm just gonna color in the shadows on that so that I can fill that in on her. There we go. That's gonna end up being like a red color or a black color, we'll see. Okay, so do you see this hard line right here? I need white now. And I'm just going to blend that white right over that hard line. It'll end up being a little gray. There's another hard line right there. And then I'm wet blending. I'm adding more white as we go. A little bit more white on top. So her face gets more and more white. And then we'll end up highlighting it white as well. You'll see. But this is just the base coat. It's okay if you get a little white in her eye. Still a grayish white though. It's not a full-on white. Please ask questions with @Shoshi's Minis if you have any. If you want to just watch, and then you can always message me if you're watching. You can comment on the YouTube video, ask questions. I will respond. However you end up contacting me. Okay. So originally this was going to be a test to see if I liked doing paint-alongs, and then if I liked it, I was going to do them more often. See how we blend that in? I'm leaving the sides of her face. I'm adding a little bit of the dark glaze over that white. So I'm separating her hair from her skin. And then I can go back in with the white on her cheek and blend that into her nose. Anyway, once I decided if I was gonna like this or not, here's where we got two hard edges meeting each other. So we need to go in and glaze blend the white, soften it into the hard edge. Still letting a lot of this shadow come through. Okay, go back, shade it where it was dark. Now it's getting lighter. I want it to keep that darkness, so I have to keep going back with my glaze. And that's pretty fast, see? If I need to come back with the white and highlight. See how I highlighted the chin with just straight white? But because it's already wet, it's smooth. It kind of self-levels into the other paint. Okay. Now these are the highlighted spots on the top of the lip. Here, I'm going to show you on my face. We're going to be highlighting the bridge of the nose and the ball of the nose, the Cupid's bow on her lip. We already did the chin, parts of her cheekbones, her top of her brown bone, and probably some of her ear. I'm not sure yet how much of her. Oh, here, her ears are only sort of show. Nope, she doesn't have any ears showing. They're like, I don't know what those are. Hey, Almost Zab, how's it going? Okay, let's go back and show you overhead. Okay, let me know if I'm off cam, Mike. It's really important. Okay, this is the part where I go back and I'm highlighting the nose with the whitest white. See how that pops it out? Because the other white is a little bit thinner and it was a little bit more gray. So we layer up the white so it's...
Almost Zab says hello.
Hi. Oh yeah, I said hi to him.
Oh, okay.
Good though. I like to know. People are following, watching. Okay, so same thing. I'm gonna go in here on this cheekbone right under the eyeball. Make sure that cheekbone is more white than the rest of the face. It kind of makes the rest of the face fall back. Now I'm gonna flip it upside down because I have a little bit more control of this side. There we go. Keep my brush wet. there's a lot of wet and wet painting with this. It's very fast, and I think it's pretty easy as well. All right, now we can go back on here. The whole brow bone gets to be more white. Oh, there we go. She is an undead queen. I'm trying to my best to keep brush strokes out of this skin because I want this skin to be the smoothest of everything. Okay, a little bit on this Cupid's bow, like I said before, and then we can smooth it in because I see a hard line right here. There we go. All right, now let me look at the thing here. So we could start, there is some colored makeup. This is where we go in with the black leather. It's got just enough. Okay, this is where I'm going to paint her lips with the black leather. And it has enough red in it that will give her an undead quality, a lifelike quality, even though she is a miniature. You need reds in skin tones, even if something is dead, in order to give it a lifelike quality. Okay. So this is where you have to be really careful. I'm painting the bottom lip a little bigger than it actually is, just a little bit, because I want her bottom lip to look nice and like pouty, right? Now the top lip, this is where you don't want to paint over. So this is where you've got to be very careful, because I want you to look at my lips here. It's all going to be shadowed. It's darker because this is sticking out. This is getting more light, right? When you look for me from the profile, this comes out and this goes down. And so the reason why the top lip gets to be darker is because of that angle that it goes up. Thank you. Yes, it is a cool bust. Oh yeah, we're gonna do all the makeup and everything. Check this out. Okay, overhead. So see how I did the bottom lip? Can you, I don't know if you can focus that a little better, Mike. I'll hold it still.
Maybe.
You have to back up and then yeah, that's better. Okay, there we go. Perfect. All right, real quick, I'm gonna take a peek at her nose. I'm gonna use the black. I'm gonna fill in her nostrils real quick, because those, once we get going, those don't get a lot of touch-ups. Okay, so this is the little Cupid's bow. The little, what do you call this, Mike? This little divot. There's a little divot. I'm gonna a little white too, because it's a little too dark. You don't want her looking like a rabbit. I'm just gonna make it a little bit more white. I want it to just look like a shadow. That's better. I think I did it with a gray before. I'm gonna add a little black and do with a little bit of, yeah, that's much better. Okay, see that? Now, with a little bit black and a little bit of the black leather, I'm gonna do the top lip. And I'm just gonna follow along her lip line. And it goes underneath, really. And she's got a set of teeth, so don't paint those over with the black. So this is more black than red right now. That's okay, because we're gonna go in there. Oh yes, that's really nice. I like that. Now back with this color. Okay. I need to check something, to check what I did with the inside of her mouth. It looks like I did it all black. So I'm gonna go ahead and put really carefully on the inside of her mouth. Try not to paint those teeth. inside of her mouth with the black. Ah! So I already got a mess up right here, and hopefully I can get it back off. I can always paint over it with a little white. That's better. Okay. Now, I noticed right away that this little Cupid's bow right here is kind of going away, so I need to come and bring that back with a little white. So I'm just gonna paint it back in. See how that did that? You need a little white line separating that gray cleft. Make it look like she's got a Cupid's bow. Okay, I don't want to make it too sharp and vampy, but that's okay. Wow, okay. That's the start. Let's see. And I'm gonna get her teeth with the white. Hopefully I can get in here. Just carefully touch the teeth. Got some nice fangs. There, they go down, they go all the way down to that bottom lip, so you need to just be really careful with the white brush going in there. Gotta do that spotlight on her pouty lip. I will. I'm not ready yet. I needed to get the shape of the mouth first. See how you see how we did that white line? Right here, we did a little white line. So that's how it looks so far. I feel like her nose is a little harsh. I don't want it quite so black. There we go, that's better. Yeah, much better. All right. Same thing with this colored black and need a real sharp brush with this. So make sure to point your brush, go around the edge of her nostril. Yeah, I did that. And then the same thing on the other side. And then I can touch it up a little bit, smooth it out with the white. And then I need a glaze for this whole shadow down here. There we go, a little glaze on both sides. Smooth, smooth, smooth. And then go back with the white so that I can touch it up. I don't want hard lines on her face. When it comes to women, you don't want hard lines. It will make them look older, and it will also sometimes give them man face the more lines you have on their face. There is a nice hard line over here which I need to smooth out with a glaze. I'm just going in with grays. Now there's a slight hard line here, but that one doesn't bother me because there's supposed to be a hard shadow there. Not too hard though. Okay. Now let's do the pouty part that Zab is talking about. For this part, let's look at the other model. See how I did that? We've got mostly, it looks like Mayhem Red. Mayhem Red is a scale fantasy color. Here it is. And it's got a little bit of a satin tone to it. I've already got it on my palette right here. And what you'll do, again.
Hey, Gamer Dad.
Gamer Dad, hello.
And Cajun Mage.
Cajun Mage. Okay, so I'm leaving the edge of the black leather and I'm painting, it's very hard to see, but imagine here. So here's her lips. Okay, she's got fangs, and then she's got this big pouty lip, and then we've got the base color is already there with the black leather, and then for the red, we're going to use, it's like a highlight, and you want it to have a little bit of lines to it, a little bit, to give it that, you know, sumptuous lip color look. Okay. And at first it's real dark. See how that looks? I think, let me check. I think I also used another red with this. Oh, you know what I did? Hold on, I gotta look. Okay, for the second color, yes, we're finally doing the bust. Let me move this light a little bit so you can see. There she is. Okay. Second color was, I think it was Pink Flesh. Yeah, it was Pink Flesh, which is a regular scale color color. And I'm just gonna make these little tiny lines with the pink. Okay, and so when that dries, we'll go back over that with the red. It dries really fast. Here's my red again. And can you see how that just got really a lot brighter? Kind of leaving that dark lip line with the black leather. Just touching this up just a ooh, don't forget we're giving this gal away. We're giving away the prototype, the first one too. We're giving away both of these, this one and this one. And then an unpainted one later. But we don't know just yet when we're gonna give them away. So you're gonna have to watch, collect points, and hopefully be lucky to be on when I do one of them. We're gonna do one for each different time zone. Okay. Now, for the top lip, I need to look at, see, and this is so good. This is why I had to teach myself. Oh, we have a subscribe? Gamer Dad, thank you so much. I cannot tell you how much it really means to me to have you guys subscribe. Give some hype, guys. 6 months. It has been 6 months. That's half a year. Gamer Dad. NC. Thank you so much. All right. Now, again, I'm going to show my face again. This, whatever.
I like your face.
There's like a little piece of flesh right in the middle of your lip, right under this little divot. And I want to highlight that because that's the part that is going to actually stick out and catch light. So that's the part that is going to have the red. Yeah. Okay. So when I go up to paint off iris, oh, hold on, I gotta get some of that other color. I got mixed a little bit of the black leather to get the center here of the rest. I think you can see this. I didn't do that right. Why did that look so bad? Some things look better when I don't paint them on stream. Okay. I'm gonna get that whole upper top lip part, hopefully, and then I can, oh, there we go, that's perfect. And I'm letting I'm letting the other parts be that dark color so it fades in. And then now we need the pink flesh again, same thing. I think I need a redder red. Hold on. Because my Mayhem red is not showing up the way I want it to. Oh no, she's crumbling under the pressure. Everyone look, yeah. Don't say that. I've already been having trouble. Alderbert, how do you say this? This is Antares red. That's not the right red. But yes, this is it. It's a orangey red. Oranges are great highlights for reds. And that's one of the reasons why my reds look nice and bright, is because I use orange. Okay, Aldebaran red, scale 75 or 38. And I'm going to hopefully, let's see if I can do this again, in the middle. Oh, there we go. Yes. Better, much better. See how that instantly looks like vampiric? And then this little divot right there. Perfect. Now, when that dries, I will go over it with a red. Red. Mayhem. Hopefully this will, I'm gonna do it over here on the sides a little bit more so that way, yeah, that's perfect. Now, I'm gonna look at this one more time. Okay. Looks good so far. I think we're ready to do the makeup. I need to do her neck too. Actually, we got to do the neck before we go into the makeup, because if I don't do that now, we'll not get to it later. Okay, so mixing a gray, trying to match the same light gray that's on her neck currently. And she's got like a necklace on. I'm just going to paint right over it because I want to get the rest of this. And then I'm using more white as we get down toward this part. See how I am wet blending? Okay if I get a little bit on her hair, and again, I want this really smooth, so I'm adding more white.
See you later, Gamer Dad.
Thanks for stopping by, Gamer Dad. I'm getting this as smooth as I can. If you have an airbrush, it's perfectly fine to airbrush per skin. Might be easier, actually. Okay. This is the darkest gray right here. Your favorite part, you know it. Good thing this is late at night. Okay. See how we do that? Now, since it's still wet, we can go in here and smooth this with the white. There. It still needs to be more white because I want this bit to be very highlighted. That's better. Yeah, and on her chest here, I think I used a little bit of the black leather, so just have a tiny bit of the reddish color in here. Just keeps things alive. Yeah, that actually works really well. And then we can always highlight it some more with some white. Any comments, Mike?
Nope.
Good. Well, not good, but you guys, if you have comments, please feel free to chat. Okay. I think that's it for skin. It's pretty simple. I mean, I tried to touch it as little as possible. Try not to let it dry before you add another layer. Let it completely dry between layers. Otherwise, you're gonna start getting kinds of lines and issues you don't want. Speaking of lines and issues, I see a very heavy shadow under her chin here that I need to get rid of now. There we go. Wet blend, wet blend. There we go. All right, I'm happy with the rest. Okay, I'm gonna look at chat. So now's a chance to ask questions if you have some questions. You're just watching and being amazed. Your chat bot and your brain is broken. Just paying attention. That's totally okay. So does anyone have any questions at this point? And don't forget, if you go ahead and follow this video later, and you have questions, you can always ask me later too. All right, I'm gonna take a peek at her eyes. And I'm gonna look at what I did, because I think I started with black and I did the makeup and then I did the inside of the eye. Looks like I did. Okay. And I also noticed that I did a little shaping, more shaping on her nose to make it more cute, because I wanted it to look like, so that means I've got a little gray, and I'm gonna shape the gray around the nose so that it looks like there's a little ball here. Okay, really obvious right now, but then we'll glaze, glaze, glaze with the white. Here we go. So this is where we add little minute shadows to give it some personality. Okay, now another place that needs a few shadows is not on this, but I feel like I did some shaping here, just a little bit on this bridge of her nose right here, with very, very, very light gray. Yeah, that's really good. See how that makes a big difference? She looks almost elf-like now. Now I'm just gonna go back in here, fix this nose a little bit. See, that really makes a difference. Okay, I'm seeing little things that need to be touched. I'm picky about skin, because I feel like that's one of my strong points. And I know I'm not explaining every single thing I'm doing. It's hard, very hard. But hopefully you're watching and you're seeing how I'm basically picking out the volumes of the nose. And I'm making my own volumes on the nose, like I'm making that a little bit more button-like, if that makes sense. Okay, so the makeup. We're gonna start with this black leather, which is not a leather. It's not a black. It's not a leather. And
red leather, yellow leather.
We're gonna look at this drawing. And there is smoky all over this part of her eye, which we've already got. And then it gets very dark on the sides here, like under her eyes. So I'm gonna go ahead first with the black And I'm going to fill in the whole eyeball socket with that dark, dark color. It doesn't have to be solid black, but it needs to be very dark. Now, if you have trouble painting the left eye, just flip your model upside down. Paint it upside down. Makes it a lot easier for me. Notice how I'm turning the model. And I'm gonna go in here with my dark color and just pick out a few little shadowed areas that I want to keep. Give it a little dimension. That did that a lot. That really did a good job. Again, with the black and the leather. This is the black leather. I'm filling in the side of this armor, whatever's on her face. See how I brought that up? That's important. Flip it upside down. I'm gonna check chat in 1 second, guys. Do not worry. Oh, it's so good to get this model done. I just got a big stripe on her face, so I can hopefully get that off. I just got it on her chin too, that if you get in quick enough with water, you can sometimes lift. And if not, you can always cover a mistake. Cover, 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 just like I'm doing right now. See how I cover that? Getting it smooth is the tricky part because, there we go, okay. That's good enough. Just cover that again because it seems to be, things always dry different. Okay, good enough. Oh, I was gonna show you guys a trick. All right. Let me look at her eyes. Oh yeah, I definitely used. So for her eyes, I'm pretty sure I used this Moonray Flesh. Either that or I used Pale Skin. Let me look at my PDF. Luckily I have a PDF. All right, let me check chat. Hype. There's, yeah, none of that reddish color is in her cheeks because look at our artwork. She is pale. The reddish color is gonna be on her lips, on a little bit on her décolletage. I did add that for artist flair. And it's gonna be all in her eyes. Let's look at this. There's none on her cheeks, just eyes and lips is where the reds are. See that? I just noticed that on this model, I did do mostly a dark line for her décolletage. So let's go ahead and put that in. And it looks like I used gray. And I'm gonna put in a line like that. It's pretty dark. We can fuzz it out a little bit, hopefully. Fuzz. Okay, that's better. And then the white needs to go right next to the décolletage and feather out. So that way it gives it the illusion of volume. Lots of illusions going to be made here. It's very hard with wet and wet and it's sketching to explain. It's good to show though. Yeah, it is hard to explain. But like I said, you can follow along. You can try to do it. Okay. I need white and black here. There, that's better. That one's nice. Okay, I like that. And then I can make a lighter. So it's almost like a little Y here. Ooh. Busty girl. Fix this. Take glasses off here. There we go. Now I just need to make sure to smooth this. There we go. Not bad. Okay. I'm looking at her. Let's see. Okay, so we've got the dark parts. Let's do the makeup. I'm going to use the red leather mixed with a little black. Okay, this is where it might help to watch some YouTube videos on makeup. So I'm going to paint in her eyelashes. And you're going to have to use like little tiny strokes, but you need to actually make it look like there is like a little bit of a lash. It's okay if you paint onto the eye because we're going to get that later. See how that looks? So this is what I did. You're going to be able to see this. Hold on. Here's her eye. She's got like this little bit of a lid. And we are painting in, we're faking in a lash like this. See that? And then we're going to do the same thing on the bottom. We're going to paint in that makeup right here and then tiny little lash lines on the sides. But it needs to go up like a cat. See, like that. This is going to be hard. I won't lie. And then she's got this little bird claw thing here, looking like a. So when when I used to draw eyes, they used to remind me of like a hawk's head, with this little beak and then the part right here. And then when I go to put the eye in, I'm going to put it in so that this bottom part of the eye circle is going to barely touch the lower lash. And the top of it is going to be covered. It's like as if this is an eyeball, right? So this is the eyelid here and it's going over the eyeball. Okay? And then, just to give her kind of like an ethereal look, I'll put the pupil up here like that. And then when I paint in the white, it's going to go half on the pupil and half off. Okay? I'm going to show you what I'm going to do. So I got to paint the makeup in first. I think I'm going to use black because you can paint it in with the lighter color first, the red leather, and sketch it in. And that way, if you mess up, it's okay because you're going to go over it with black, which will be darker. And you can also glaze it in too. You can use a glaze with the red leather and make it light. And that way, when you go in with the black, it will be nice. Okay, so this is the part where I'm shadowing it with a glaze. Yeah, I'll make that really light right there. And this is with the red leather. This is not with the black. Do the same thing on this side. When I go in with the black, I'm going to tighten everything up. And I'm going to make it harder lines. And now I'm going to go right by the edge of the eye. And like I said, if you go onto the eye, it's okay because we're going to paint on top of that. Make that little tiny lash line here. Smoky. Yeah. All right. Now, I'm going to do one eye at a time. So we're going to do one whole eye, and then we'll flip it over to the other eye. Now, with this color is the pale skin. I'm going to mix a little bit of white with this because this is still kind of bright. A little pale skin, a little white.
Almost at the for tricks on eyes, not just makeup, but a lot of Copic marker.
Yeah.
And brush pen drawing videos will make fake in those details like lashes.
Who said that?
Almost Zeb.
Give Zab some points. That is a really good advice tip. And you guys know you get points for giving really good advice. So if you want to get more points to possibly win this gal or that gal or the other gal, give advice.
And Arsenal 43 said, I like that black leather color. Going to have to order that one.
Yes. Oh, and you can get currently, I always have a promotion going on right now that is 10% off, but if you go to Scale 75 US, USA, you can put in HH 2018, and I think you can get 15% off your order. They're doing a holiday special. All right, let me see if I can paint in this eyeball. This is where I hold my breath. And I want to leave that dark, see how I leave that dark part? And the reason why I'm using a little bit of this pale skin is because you want that white dot, this white dot to really show up. So if I paint this part pale skin, it will show up brighter because it will be lighter. I really want to use like a really sharp brush, like a nice Winsor Newton or something, but I'm not. I'm being lazy and sticking to this brush. It worked okay. All right, that is awesome. That is perfect. Maybe I should do the other one before I do both of the circles because I feel like I might mess up both of them if I don't. All right, I'm going to go back in with the red leather. Do my little shadow deal here under her eyeball. This is a glaze. Don't forget this is a glaze, which means it's mostly water. You're just doing a little shadow line here with the red leather. And even if you don't end up painting this, this particular bust, this is going to be a really great bust to learn from for future things, you know, other minis, other busts that you might paint. Okay, a little bit more smoky. All right, I'm gonna need to go in and fuzz out with a little white because I got a hard line. I don't want a hard line. I want it to seem smoky and shadowy. There we go. Much better, I think. That's better. Good, good. And I'm gonna go ahead and shadow up here on her eyebrow as well. It does have eyebrows, which we will paint in, so. All right, this is the makeup part. And again, you can still paint on the eye because we'll go back in and carve that out a little bit neater. And here's where you, on this side, you're gonna put the little lashes. And then up here. This is already really dark, so you may not show up too much, but you still want to paint it in. And then remember that little hawk's beak thing in the corner of her eye to give that gothic look. That's a really important feature. Yeah, that looks good. All right.
Did you answer the glaze question or no?
Did I answer? Let me check.
Is your glaze like a 50-50 mix or more 75-25?
So, here, let me show you. This is my black, this is my glaze for the leather, for the black leather. I think it is the medium. It's I would say you should have a little bit more water. See how thin that is right there? You should be able to see through, because what you don't want, see how this has a chunky line? When you're painting on that white, you want to be able to smooth that out and not have a line like I had over here. And that's why I went back over it with a little white, because I got that, I had my glaze a little too hard. And I can go back in and give it a couple like little white lines to give it that lash look. Okay, needs to have her eyeball. Right, part water, or part white, part, not that one, with basic flesh. All right, pale skin. Mostly white, like white and pale skin. Probably about, should look about like this. It should look not white, but not completely peachy either. And if you go a little too far in one direction, it's okay. Okay. Flip it so I can get my right, because I'm right-handed. If you're left-handed, you might flip it for the other eye. Okay. Now, while it's upside down, it's a good time to just kind of sit back and look at it a little bit and just make sure they look even, because when things are upside down, your brain is tricked into reading it differently. So you're able to see whether something looks symmetrical much easier. And when I flip her upside down again, it looks good. So that's how I know I've got it right. Go back in and fill this in, so I don't want any spots in there. There we go. Whew, tricky. All right, ready for the eyes? I need to look at this real quick. Okay, yes, I did so here's, I'm gonna do a black circles. This is really, you guys have seen me do my eye videos before. Yay, and the moon is revelous. You're not too late. We've been going for about an hour, but it's okay, because this will all go up on YouTube and you'll get to see it all. So far, the only thing you've missed is the skin and the lips, and we're doing the eyes right now. And I just noticed something I don't like about this white is that it gets chalky so easily. So I'm going to show you a trick. This is a trick that I learned from Julio Cabos. So just a tiny, tiny amount of speed metal. It's a metallic. We're going to shake it really good. This is the one where all of the metallic flakes get at the bottom, and you need to shake it really well. I don't even know if I have a BB in here or anything to mix it up. I'm going to put a little bit on my palette. Speed metal. Oh wait, you know what? Yeah, speed metal is like a metallic white. Hold on, I got to open this up. Okay. Still not coming out. That's how plugged up this thing got. Jeez. There we go. Yes, now it finally comes out. All right, speed metal. It's not a silver, it's a white. And I'm gonna take it and I'm gonna mix a little white with it. Just a tiny bit of white with it. And I'm gonna put it on those spots where I feel like I need to smooth things out a little bit more. Oh, that's gonna look good. So what happens is the metallic flakes are gonna kind of diffuse the skin, and it will appear, it'll smooth things out. Does that make sense? There's just barely any metallic in there. But it also gives her sort of this like porcelain goddess look. Now in the spots that have highlights, you can put a little bit more of the metallic, just a little bit. Like on the end of the nose, on the brow. Not too much or she starts looking really kind of fake. What do you think? You were surprised that I was going to use a metallic on a face. Now, hopefully that will dry. I need to use a little bit more white. Nail polish shakers? Yeah, definitely. You can use a bit of gloss varnish? Yes, that's true also. Can you give some more points, Mike, to Zab and to Revless? Okay. I'm looking at her. I'm looking at this one too to make sure. Is this what I did? I did a little bit. Now I will go back with the white on top because I don't want to make it look too metallic. But that metallic underneath is going to help me.
Would you continue that down the chest area?
I don't think I did. Let's try it. Let's see. We're going to make it very, very thin amounts and only on the spots that would have a little light reflecting, right? Just barely any. And then back to the white again. So just a little tiny bit. I didn't need it too much on the chest because I didn't have as much stuff I needed to smooth out. Okay. So far her face is looking really good. I have a question for you guys. I want you to be really, really honest with me. Do you think so far, from what you've seen, this is something that you could possibly repeat yourself with a little practice? I want you to be honest. If this is still too high level, let me know. I mean, maybe, what did I just do, Mike? I just got metallic paint all over the side of my head.
Oh, you did.
Ah!
Quite a bit.
I did. It was on my glasses. It's on my fingers now. I stuck my glasses into my paint. Not a good...
Womp, womp.
Can you tell me when I get it off?
Got some in your hair still. You can see it on the screen over here.
It's okay. It's okay if it's on my face.
It's got some in your hair still. Right next to your ear. Yeah.
Hold on. Oh. Premature gray, guys. Oh my gosh, that's so funny. Okay, this is what they said. Tells a story she's in a strip club. Yes, the scale metals are really fun. Body glitter, yes, maybe. I'm gonna try some of this. Yes, definitely try this on anime scale models and let me know how it works, Silver Nail. I would like to know. The metallic helps a lot for smoothing, but you do need to kind of play with it because you don't want things looking too shiny. You could definitely get paint on my face. So that was me during Inktober every damn night. And like I said, this might be something that you want to practice on a different model, or you might, you know, but here's the thing, you get better with practice. So, you know, oh, so here's something. Remember how I had this Han Solo Gashapon? Look at that, he looks awesome now. I redid his face with the Scale 75 metallics instead of the P3, and I'm so much happier. These were like $10 and something cents. It's a Gashapon that you can buy from eBay. I think, what did I get? I got both. Hold on, where's Chewbacca? Here he is. I think I got both of these. Look at him. He's still with the P3s, which I'm still not really super happy with, but I like how the looks. But you can practice with these, and they're so cheap. They came out with Disney Princess ones and these Star Wars ones. And so Gashapons maybe made a deal with Disney because they had both Star Wars and Disney. They have some money. Yeah, you can try with busts that are, you know, maybe not resin, that are so expensive. Would dull coat kill the metallic shine? Yeah, it might. But it might do the same thing where you're kind of smoothing out the blends. So that might not be a bad thing to do either, Arsenal. You can always come back with the metallic and come back and put it back in after you dull coat. You've used Reaper Pearl White. Yeah, same thing. Now I will have to say, let me show you something. Let me show you the difference between the Reaper Pearl White and the Speed Metal. I've got it here somewhere. I think this is Reaper Pearl White. I want to show you the difference between, this is Reaper Pearl White. I think, hold on. Yeah, this is Reaper Pearl White. It's not too bad. That's pretty thin. The flakes are not, actually I really like that. That might be better. But here's the Scale 75. It's just got a little thinner consistency, so you can actually glaze a little bit better with it. The flakes are nice with this too though, so gee, use what you got, right? Yeah, that's a really good point, Cajun Mage. Can you give Cajun Mage 5 points, Mike?
Yep.
That was a good, I like that. I'm glad you had me get that out. Okay, next, we're doing the eyes. Let me put away this Reaper. I might actually use some of this. If I do, I will put that in the PDF because I really like that. Okay, for the eyes, I want to use black and I need to get a sharp brush. So I'm going to put this away. This was my Velcro brush, and now I'm going to try, oh, here's a Winsor Newton that's nice and sharp. Actually, is this a scale color brush? Okay, scale color is nice and sharp. Since they are my sponsor, we'll use them. And I need my paper towel, which fell on the floor.
Oh no!
Oh no! Okay, so that's the point. Is
Yes, Revla's scale colors, one of Shoshi's favorite, like, mop color lines.
Yeah, and I've gotten to the point where I used to use P3 all the time, but now that I do sort of more to display models, I really like the scale color, and I've gotten so used to it that P3s look weird to me now when I paint with them. Not that not that there's anything wrong with them, but it is just a preference. All right, black. We need black. Here we go. Very sharp, sharp brush. And I've got her eyes just a tiny bit to the side, not straight on. Now, I think I'm gonna change the direction. This particular picture, she's looking more to this side. So I'm gonna try to match that picture and see if I can get it to match. So they're off to the left a little. My other one will be a little bit off to the right. Yeah. You know what, Revless, if you want to try scale color without going full on and getting, you know, the whole line or anything, these boxes that they make these boxes of colors. I highly recommend that you try starting with one of those. Okay, this is we're making the entire iris to start. I'm starting with this eye, just slightly to the left. Remember what I said about how that bottom of that circle needs to touch the top of the bottom lid. Okay, same thing on this side. This is tricky. I need enough water in my brush that the paint is not too thick, because you don't want a big blob of paint. There we go. Not too loose that you just get a big wash. Oh yeah, geez. Ah, she likes it. Man. See that? I made her eyes both looking slightly to the left, and this one is looking slightly to the... Oh, I like this one better. Holy cow. It's so funny how much different you can make things just with a little paint. And I can already tell you that Schminky white is probably, I need probably to go in with some Schminky white and get that high white yet, but we'll finish the eyes first. Let me see what you guys are saying. Nailed it. Thank you so much. Yeah, look at that. Ding. He's looking. It looks a little different on, oh, wait, not quite nailed it. Oh, it's because of the sculpt. The sculpt is actually round, a little bit more round. Okay, that's better. If we need to fix it, we can. Yeah, we might need to like go in here a little bit. Yeah, perfect. For the red in her eyes, if you look on this paper, it's actually pink, but it's got a red tinge to it. And on these eyes, I used red. So I'll be using red. But I'm gonna start with this same color that's in her eye. That's in this is the pale skin. And the reason why I'm doing this is so that when I layer the red, when you layer red over black, you get a dark red. When you layer red over a lighter color, you get a bright red, and that's what I want. So I'm gonna use this, and I'm painting another little circle in here, which I might need to fill out that black line around the edge again. Oh, she looks kind of cool just like that with the pale eyes. Notice that I'm making a little C shape, so I leave the pupil in there. Oh, I love it. So cool. So now when I go in with my red, let me see if I want to use Antares red. I think I need to use this bright red. Antares red is a really nice, bright. Yeah, that's super nice and red. Okay, I'm gonna put that in the PDF because I don't think it's in there right now. And Tari's is scale 75/37. Yeah, it's not in there. Okay, that is added. Real time. Glaze that red in, exactly. That's exactly what I'm gonna do. This is the same way you do your eyes, a lot more work, but much better. Yes, it does, I agree. And on a bigger model, it's really not that, it's not as tricky as it is on a small model. Beautiful, look at, oh, you know what? I'm gonna use a little bit of the Centauri's red right here as well. Oh yeah, hot. That was what you needed. That's gorgeous. Okay, fix this eye. Nice. Okay. Last thing, I need to look at my... Okay, so what we did on here, the paper, this artist did these little kind of, see, I don't want to get that wet, little white hashes, which I'm gonna try to mimic with my white. And I'm gonna try to put it right here. We're gonna do partially through the pupil. Yeah, that looks good. And partially through this one. Same side, you gotta do them on the same side or it's gonna look weird. Ooh, oh, I messed her eye up. Hang on. I lost some of her pupil over here. Same thing on this side. White. There we go. It's great. Okay, now let's do the schminky white because...
Laylee says hello.
Hello! Make sure I don't have paint on my glasses again. Laylee, how are you? We are looking for my schminky white. Where is it?
Schminky.
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 I might have put it away.
Es gibt einen schmutzigen Einhörnchen in meinen Lederhosen.
Nein. Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta find this white because it is not to be found right now. Miscellaneous. I put a whole bunch of my tube colors away already, and I bet this is it. Yes. So, yes, this is schmanky. You can use any titanium white from a tube. Golden works, and so does Liquitex, but I really like this white because it's extra creamy and it's really, 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 really white. Don't lick it. It is titanium. It's not safe to eat. Okay. Now, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna take, this is a synthetic brush. It doesn't have to be synthetic, but I just want it to be able to smooth things a little bit better. And it's got more of a rounded edge. So this is where I've got my schmanky. And again, I'm gonna go back in. Yeah, that is what I needed. I needed that bright white. And I'm kind of touching it. And because it's it's a tube acrylic. It's got a slower drying time, so it shouldn't chalk up on me.
Revless wonders if that speed metal can go over red skin. Games Workshop finally making plastic squigs.
Ooh. Yeah, but it's gonna tint it. It's gonna make it pink. I would use, if you want to make it look, well, you know what you could do? Paint it with the speed metal or silver first, and then use the ink like a candy if you want it to have sort of a red metallic. See what I'm doing? I'm getting in here and I'm smoothing out all of the highlights that are on her face. See, this is the important bits here. Ooh, did you see how I made that chin look really mannish? Because it's got that harsh shadow right there. Now I've got to smooth that out. You don't want a lot of harsh shadows, and you don't want her to have a big looking chin either. There we go. And back here under this eye. I'm just blending it slowly into this more grayish colored white. Smooth, smooth, smooth. See, now it's looking more like this one where it's got that pop, right? And I just noticed I've got more of this gray color on this side of her face over here. Yeah, that gives it more of a pop as well. It also thins her face a little bit. She doesn't look quite so chub. Not that that's bad. Did I just knock my camera? Yes, I did. Okay, again, forehead. Okay, and then again with the chest right here. Like I said, it takes a little bit longer for Schmanky to dry, which is nice because it's smoother. It doesn't dry as hard lines. Okay. Now, eyebrows. These are very important to the expression on her face. Eyebrows are sisters. They're not twins. They're just sisters. So they're gonna, now on this drawing, you can just take a glaze and fuzz in the eyebrows. So we can just take a very light colored and we can just draw it in slow. It should, so let me show you. This is something, again, you can learn from a makeup video, even if you're a guy. Okay, here's the eyeball. The eyebrow starts right about here where the corner of the eye is and ends right about this corner. So this is your imaginary line. So you can, whoa, we got a host. Thank you so much, Impending Duff. That's so sweet. Cisterns. Yes, cisterns, exactly. Nice. Okay, so like I said, there's invisible lines. And so you're gonna start here. You're gonna arch it about 2/3 in. So you're gonna start, right? Here's the arch. There we go. And that gives so much of the character of the model. Now you can change it to give it so much different, you know. I made that a little long. That's okay. This model, because her makeup comes all the way out, her eyebrow also comes all the way out, and it gives her sort of that ethereal elfin look. So that's okay. In fact, I just noticed this very hard line on her. I think I've already got that. That's okay. We're pretty good with the makeup, don't you guys think? Getting there. Thanks for doing this on stream. Oh, yes. Thank you guys for being so patient and waiting almost a year for me to get it done. Right? Okay. I know a bunch of people ordered. Uh-oh. All right. Now, I'm going to take a tiny bit more of this red real quick. Fix part of this. There we go. That looks good. Okay, eyebrows. Time for eyebrows. I'm going to use just a little bit of a thin glaze to start of the red. And like I said, her eyebrows go way back because of her crazy makeup. Don't forget, if you mess up, you can go back in and fix it. Now I'm going to do the same thing on this side. This is with the black leather. It looks really weird. Now, this is another trick. Turn it upside down. They don't have to be twins. They just need to be sisters or cisterns. I need to make that. You start out lighter. Don't try to draw anything, the thing super black, because it's okay if you don't get it in the first time. So I'm just getting a glaze in to start. And then I can make it, I can shape it a little bit more as I want to use the black here.
Steve AMA says it's worth the wait because they're learning a lot.
Oh, good. I'm so glad. So I'm making the little bird beaks on her eyes. That's what I call them. Nobody else calls them that. Oh, I love it. I'm actually happier with this one already, so I'm really glad it's turning out so good. Good. That's another reason why I wanted to paint that first one, so that I could teach myself to show you guys. Make these lines a little bit darker next to her face. That actually will pop out and make her look that much more pale by having those dark shadows right by her face. Okay. Now, this is with the black leather and, oh no, you know what? I didn't use that. We use a lot of Arbuckle's Brown with this model. So I'm gonna get that out. Arbuckle's Brown is a scale 75 fantasy color. Hold on, let me find it. It's probably, this is it. It's very, very dark brownish red. But you can see when you thin it, it turns into this gorgeous burgundy. So we're gonna use that a lot on her. And that's how, because it's a fantasy color, it's a little more satin, and that's how we get this kind of leathery sheen on her wings. That's from the fantasy line. This is flat because this is from the flat line. Except mine were cousins and not sisters at first. That's okay. Sound like me when I'm painting out. That's good. Yep, no complaints. I'm so glad. All right. Now, what I did, we don't have any of the like little extras on her yet. The only thing that I have built on her is these wings, the spikes, and these little wings right here, which is nice because I painted this one with everything attached and it's a lot more difficult. So we've just gotten the hardest part done. I would say that's the hardest part. I'm gonna get a little bit more schminky here and just smooth just a tiny bit more. I'm gonna just be extra picky with this face because I want it to be really, really nice and smooth. There we go. Okay. Now, Arbuckle's Brown. I'm going to put that on my palette. It's such a beautiful, beautiful color. It's probably my favorite color in the Scale 75 line. Arbuckle's Brown. Now, this is what I'm going to be painting. She's got all this armor on her face, and it's very dark, but I'm not going to paint it black. Because I don't
see a red.
Yeah, I don't want a lot of black because the darkest color on our armor is actually going to be, there's going to be some black, but it's going to be mostly all these burgundies. And if we go black, it's not going to look right. Okay. So we'll start with that armor on her face, and I might mix a smidge of black into the Arbuckle's Brown. Just a smidge. And I'm going to paint this whole little piece of armor. And the reason why I paint this first is because if I paint the hair first, I might mess up on the hair before I can get the armor done. So this way I do the armor first, and then if I mess up, then it's okay because I'm going to cover the hair at another time. Cover the hair, rather. Right, more just pure Arbuckle's Brown toward the edge. See that? Look at that, how that pops against her skin. And we already went in and did the inside of the layer, but yeah. This side I'm just doing pure Arbuckle's Brown. You're going to have quite a bit of brush control for this part so that you don't bloop onto the face.
Bloop.
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 Don't bloop. That one is sometimes easier to hold your breath while you do that. Okay. Look at how that pops. Now we go up here. And I'm just painting the whole armor piece, Arbuckle's Brown to start. And we'll highlight it and edge it and everything like that after that dries. Perhaps on the next stream as well. Helps to have a really sharp brush for this. Am I on camera? Good. There we go. It's nice to have those little horns off for this part because I think it would be much harder to paint with them on. Like a little crown or something. This is the princess part. Like I said, if you mess up and get onto the hair, it's okay because we're going to cover up the hair in a minute. Hop. Okay. This is just a base coat. We're still going to highlight and do all kinds of good stuff to this metal because we want it to look like metallic, but it's going to be like a red metallic. Give me a second and I'll check chat. Is anybody saying anything, Mike?
Negative.
Okay, good. There we go. So this part isn't really too difficult. This is mostly just coloring in. Okay. Notice that where the zenithal white is, that the Arbuckle's brown is looking more burgundy, and I want that, that's good. And wherever the black is, it's looking more black, and that's perfect. Okay. I'm curious how many streams this is going to take us because, well, okay, here's the thing. My goal is to, during this holiday break, because Mike's home, and I would like to, I got to work around some of the Triptych streamers' streams. I don't want to stream over them unless it's okay with them. But if I have a chance, I'm going to try to stream every day until this bust is done. And we will hopefully get through with it by the end of December. Well, no, that's not going to happen. Haha. But for sure, the early part of 2019, I want to be done. Okay, see how I'm glazing it now? I'm letting it be lighter, it's more burgundy. And you just do that with water. And you just, it's like you eyeball it and make sure it's not too thick, not too thin, and you don't want it to look streaky. Okay, see if there's some questions. Give me 1 second and I will check chat. There's these little lips where the crown is next to the hair. You gotta paint that. Okay, let me check chat. Where did my glasses go? There. Raw umber. This is actually not raw umber. I don't have raw umber in here, but you could probably, I mean, you could use it if you wanted to. I've got, this is Arbuckle's brown, and it's not a brown at all. It's actually a very, very dark burgundy, so that when you thin it out, it's definitely in the red family. Like when I add white, here's what happens to it. Look at this. This is how you know it's a red. See how that immediately turns into like a mauve. So nope, not raw umber. Now I know what I did wrong when sculpting eyebrows. You try too hard making them twins. Yeah, you don't have to, because They're not. No two eyebrows are the same. I mean, and we get into drawing them the same, and they don't have to be. They can be sisters, but not twins. I love Arbuckle Brown. It's such a great color. The dark really makes it worth it. Doesn't it pop? Look at how she just like pop. And do you see how the priming on her hair? I mean, when we get to painting the hair, it's practically painted itself already. I'm gonna just touch up just a smidge. Just a smidge. There we go. Good. All right, let's finish the crown real quick. Let me take a peek at the back here. Okay, it's still mostly Arbuckle's Brown. Taking my glasses off again because I can't see without them. My glasses are actually too strong. I need a new prescription for just streaming so I can read chat and look at my model at the same time. Okay. Ah, my screen. Give me 1 second. I gotta get back on Twitch. There we go. Now there is a gap right here on her head. I just noticed this gap. So I'm gonna take a second and fill that with some Bondic, which I love. Bondic is life. Okay, watch this. We're gonna
Is that the official theme song of Bondic?
That's my Bondic theme song.
I think I heard that on TV yesterday.
Yeah, so I'm just gonna cover that with the, so there's 2 holes back there where the gaps are. I'm just gonna cure it with the Bondic. Bondic is a liquid plastic resin that cures with UV light in 4 or 5 seconds. Just gonna do that, and then you can paint right over it immediately. It's awesome. Yeah, I got it at CVS. It's a super awesome product. Yep, and that covers. You don't even need to prime it. Okay. At the end, there's like these little ears or some kind of like edges over here that I gotta get back behind. Okay. So I think I was talking earlier about how when I first wanted to do this paint-along, I was considering doing paint-alongs for my Tier 3 subscribers only. And I may still do that, but I just have to admit to myself that the organization part of a paint-along is not my strong suit. Okay, so now I'm gonna do a mix of some base, what is this? Pale Skin and Arbuckle's Brown to get the like mauve color here. And I'm wet blending, I am. I just want it a little bit lighter at the top of the ear. Then I can take a little bit of this Pale Skin. There we go, wet blend. You know who's the queen of wet blending is Electric Eve. She is so good. Love her stream. I don't get to watch anybody's stream as much as I want to, but I do enjoy it. All right, look at that. Okay. Okay. Now, this is where I take the schmanky white or any white, but what, so you want a very white. And this is where we're gonna edge the side of my brush is what I'm using. See that? And there's a hard edge right here. And you want to hit that with the white. And same thing over here. There's another hard edge. Oops. See, if you get a blob, you can go back with the arbuckles and just paint over it. Don't try to mess with it while it's wet, because then you'll make a big mess. See that? Now we can go back with the arbuckles. Try to paint that back. A little black too, because it looks like, there we go. Aww.
Alice the Gamer Ghoul is now following.
Thank you, Alice the Gamer Ghoul. Welcome. I'm hoping that you are enjoying the stream. We're painting the bust. Elysabeta, Vampire Princess. Oh, Cajun Maid, you gotta post links to the mods or to Proto Maker.
Who is a mod?
Yes, Proto Maker is a mod. We don't allow self-promotion or links without permission, so that's just one of the ways we are careful. So just ask Proto Makers. Yeah, the pony came out nice. Yes. Oh, I love that pony. Yes. Yeah, definitely. It did come out really cool. Okay. Just touching up that eyebrow a little bit. I noticed, so on this one, notice that this is her makeup is a little dark, and I've got a little bit more eye color here. So I'm going to mix a little bit of black and white here so I can get a gray, but it needs to be a more white gray. I'm going to glaze so I can clear up some of the, there we go. No, it doesn't need to be quite so black. There we go. Just a little bit. That looks so much better already. See the difference between the two eyes? I did theater makeup when I was in high school, and I learned so much about contouring and about shaping the face, and so much of that is applicable to miniature painting. So if you ever want to go look up some theater painting about contouring and about highlighting and shading on theatrical makeup, and you learn so much. All right, let me check something. I need to do one more piece of white where I blurb that one. There we go. Okay, then there's also these lines here. All of the edges, you've got to paint all of the edges white. And this is tedious, but trust me, you need to do it to make it look good. Like I said, it will be boring. See that though? It already is looking really metallic, almost. Flip, flip, flip. Lots and lots of edges here. When two edges come to a point, that should have, if it's a piece of metal, it should have like a little ding highlight, you know, on it. Does that make sense? A ding, ding, ding. See how I'm putting a little ding? There we go. Now using the basic flesh here. Blend this a little bit so it's smooth. All right, does anybody have questions? Feel free to ask.
I have just a couple minutes left, so
Okay.
time for questions.
We got really far this first stream, and I'm very happy. I will be uploading this to YouTube, so you can watch it over and over again. You can stop it, you can rewind it, as much as you need. Now, with the Mayhem Red, I'm going to take a little Mayhem, mix it with this, what's it called? Arbuckles. And this is where I'm going to just highlight the armor just a little bit on some of the spots. This is, like I said, we need to highlight everything. Just a little Mayhem Red and a little Arbuckles on some of the armor. I just realized I missed some edging, and that always happens to me. Edges are boring, but necessary. Okay, get a little piece of hair just to show you how that's gonna look. That's gonna look so nice. Now, if anything has that speed metal in it, it's absolutely gonna be the hair. That's gonna look the best, but all right. Is this a good spot to stop, do you think? Let me take a minute and I'm gonna look at chat and answer any questions you have and show you guys anything that you think you wanna see or have need answers on. Do I feel that the finished face helps define the character of the mini? Yes, definitely. Definitely. I'm just gonna take a tiny amount of this basic flesh, and I'm gonna give her little tiny lines, very small lines on her lips. Again, it's to highlight, see that? Just gives it almost like a little gloss look. But yeah, I feel that once the face is in there, that's the hardest part. Really is. The rest is gonna be really easy. And so if you get that part done, it's like a huge weight off. And then the rest, yeah, exactly. It makes it easier to move on the next steps. And also, since the face is the hardest part, like if you mess it up, it's the first thing you're doing. And so that makes it like you can just stop and wipe it, or you can, work on it, whatever you want to do. I'm going to take just a tiny bit of this, not this color. Wait, where is it? I need the satin black. Where'd it go? Satin black. Of course, I can never find it when I need it. Here it is. Nope, that's negro gray. Okay, so this will work too. This is negro gray. It's a very dark gray. I know I've got the satin black around here though. I just feel like it will add some depth because satin is a little bit more shiny, of course. All right, I'm gonna just add little lashes to this. Because it's shiny, it actually shows up against that black too a little bit. Takes a steady hand to do the eyes. But like I said, once you got them in, it's like so much, it's like a huge relief. I just did the corners of the mouths with the black.
Here's the link that Cajun Mage tried to share.
Oh, good. Let me take a peek. Hang on one second.
It's, that you were promoting it a while back for Bondic.
Oh, yeah. Let me take a peek. Hot, not a glue, yes. Notaglue.com. Oh yeah, I got that set. This is the set, and it's actually really nice. Although my light pooped out on me and the battery broke really soon, so that's my only bummer thing with that. I don't even know where my light is, but I've got one of these that I got from the Kickstarter, and that works great on Bondic. It's got lots of lights in it. But yeah, oh, here's my light right here. It doesn't work anymore. The battery died. All right, guys, so here's the deal. I'm gonna try to we'll be back tomorrow, okay? Hopefully from 2:30 to 4:30. I gotta check to make sure that the Triptych guys aren't streaming at the same time. In fact, I can check that right now if I take a second. Where'd my phone go? Here it is. I'll check to see who's streaming when, because I don't want to stream over my buds. There we go. Tomorrow. Okay, so Flickster is streaming during that time. So what I will do then is I will stream earlier then and finish at 3 and host him. And so that means I'll start at 1 p.m. GMT -6. And yeah, so we'll start at 1 and we'll end at 3, and that'll be good. And we'll do more work on Elsybeta. All right, guys. I really want to go out with a bang and host some cool people. The red lightsaber version, you put your own battery? Yeah. All right, I want you guys to do !! Mad love. You can copy and paste this if you don't have my emotes by having a subscription. And we are going to look for somebody awesome to host and raid. So stick around, please stick around so we can raid.
Bye, everybody.
With a bang, yep. Let's see. Ooh, Fishy Wishes. This gal is an emote artist, and she's really good. I'm going to, and the Laylee is on too. The Laylee. Yeah, I can't host her today, unfortunately, but we can host Fishy Wishes. She's an emote artist that's really sweet, and what was that? Don't do that. Okay. All right, here we go, guys. So I will see you back here tomorrow. Hold on one second. Oh, face. There we go. Back here tomorrow at 1 o'clock, and we will do some more painting on Elysabeta. All right, take care. Bye, guys.